Hello, my friend. Sorry I can't be with you guys today. I will miss not hanging out with you guys, but what we need to do is we got to move forward. So today we're going to be starting our Unit 9, which is called Oscillations, which is basically any oscillation is kind of back and forth motion. To do this study, though, as we start collecting data, we're going to need to start using stopwatches, and we need to learn some more about what accuracy means with a stopwatch and how accurate we can expect our data to be, and some ways to reduce error in our labs. So that's what we're working on today, is how to get all of that done. To do this, we're going to be timing some stuff. But before we get quite to that, what I want you to do is take the lab sheets. There are 3 pages for this lab, and get them taped into your lab notebook. At this point, our guest teacher will pass those out or have someone pass them out. Get them taped in as quickly as you can. My advice to you is to stack them one on top of each other like we normally do. All right, so let's go ahead and pause and get all that passed out, and then we'll pick up from where we left off. Okay, great. So everybody's got their lab taped in, and we are ready to rock and roll. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be timing some events that happen. So you're going to see a picture of the Kingston High School logo pop onto the screen. And when you see it pop onto the screen, you're going to start your stopwatch. And then when it pops off the screen, you're going to stop your stopwatch. Now to measure these, you have 2 options. I've got stopwatches. They're located in the front desk, the demonstration table. Far right-hand drawer is a box of little red stopwatches. Feel free to borrow one of mine. Or you can use your personal electronic device. So if you have a phone with a stopwatch on it, you can use that as well. That's a totally fine way of doing it. All I ask is that you're not doing other things like texting or whatever on your phone. If Mr. Demino sees that you're doing something like that, he'll obviously confiscate your phone, turn it into the floor office, you pick up at the end of the day, just with the normal school rules. So make sure if you're going to use your own device, that it's ready to go. In fact, it should be in airplane mode when it's out in the classroom anyway, so it won't be an issue. Okay, so there we are. Does everyone have a stopwatch? If doesn't everybody have a stopwatch, go ahead and pause the video and wait for me. Or wait for her to get a stopwatch. All right, so at this point, we must all have stopwatches and we're ready to go. Everybody clear your stopwatch and get ready. We'll do the first one in just a second. This one's just for practice, so we're not recording any data quite yet. All right, everybody stopwatch ready? Now remember, you're going to start the stopwatch when you see the picture and stop it when it goes away. Start. Oh, good job. Stop. Oh, there it was. There it was. So we should have times that are relatively similar to each other. And let's do that one more time. Just one more practice one. So everybody clear their stopwatches real quick. Bit back to 0. If someone next to you needs help clearing their stopwatch, help them out. All right, here we go. Let's try that one more time. Just get a little more practice in. So you'll see this happen every time. You'll see the word ready, and then sometime after that, the boat will pop on. Oh, did you get it that time? That's a good start. And stop. Oh, that's so fast. All right. Now we're all should be good to go on this. So everybody's got some good practice in. Hopefully we don't need a third one because we're not going to do one. So the next one is for reals. This time you got to all get it down. All right. Everybody got their stopwatch cleared? Take a second to do that. Make sure it's totally ready to go. Get that thumb ready. You're watching the screen. Whoa, that was so fast. I hope you got your data down. All right, so now here's what I want you to do. As a group, you're going to average your time. Now, if somebody just messed up, like if somebody's got 38 seconds on a stopwatch because they just screwed up, don't average their time in. Only average actual measured times in. But get one time for your group. And on page 2 of your lab, you're going to see this table. And you're going to record your time, your average time for your group in this average call, in this time column here, next to your group number. Everybody see what we're talking about. And the actual time for that one, was that true? Was it 1.5 seconds? It seems shorter than that. This one may have been a 0.5 second one. I can't remember. I don't know if this slide's right. But the actual time, recorded at the top of the table, the first one. and it should be right around, so it's either 0.5, 1, or 1.5 seconds, right around whatever you guys, it was probably 1.5 seconds. That seems about right. So go ahead and record your times in right now. And if you're trying to figure out how to calculate the amount of error, look on the first page of your lab, and about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way down are two equations. One's for amount of error, and one's for percent error. Now, basically, amount of error, all you do is you subtract your value, what you got on your stopwatch, subtract 1.5 seconds from that. Now, if the number you get from that's negative, it means that you were below or above the 1.5 seconds. And in fact, in this lab, we don't care whether you were above or below. We just care how far off you are. So if you get any negative numbers here for amount of error, just turn them into positive numbers, because we only care about how far away you are, not whether you're above or below. Now, the percent error calculation, basically, you take your amount of error, so how far you're off by, and you divide it by this time, the total time it should have been. That'll give you some decimal number, times 100% will give you the percent. So your percent error should be, in the 0 to 20% range, probably. So go ahead and do that now. Average your times, get that first column, calculate the amount of error, subtract your time from the real time, and then divide your amount of error by the real time, and that'll give you the percent times 100. All right, so go ahead and pause the video while everybody does that. While your group is doing that work, Mr. Debon will be making a table like this on the board, and you guys are going to fill in your data. So send one person up from your group as soon as your group has their data ready to record on the board what your group's data is, and then everybody in the class needs to write down all the data from all the groups. All right, pause the video until we're done with that, and we'll do another one. Okay, so at this point, everyone has their table totally filled in with all the group's data, all the amounts error, all the percent errors are all filled out. They're ready to go. And now we just need to get rolling on the next thing. So get your timers up, ready to go, get them cleared, get them ready to rock. Because the next slide is we're going to be doing some timing. Everybody ready? Some of you, I'm sure, putting in your security code for your phone because it's locked up again. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Thumbs are go. Remember, you'll see the word ready first. So don't push it then. Wait till you see the boat pop up. Here we go. Oh, did you get that start? I hope you got the good start on that one. Wait for it. Watch for it to go away. Oh, it's gone. So much fun. All right. So do that same thing you did before, except this is a 5-second actual time. So record that at the top of that second table on your second page. And then figure out your average time. Record that for your group. Calculate your amount of error and your percent of error for your group. And then head up to the board. You can erase the first one, the numbers of the first one, and just put these in there. You don't need to keep all three on the board. All right, do that now. As soon as you're done and ready to roll on, hit pause and get us going again. All right, I'll wait. Awesome news. So now we're at the point. Everyone's got their 5-second table totally filled in. That means everybody in the class has it all filled in, ready to go. And we're going to go on and do our next one. Actually, before we do that, can you look for any patterns in your data? What's happening? So our amount of error, are our thumbs getting significantly better? Like, are we off by less every second? That's something to think about each time. And then also, what's happening to our overall percent error? Is it getting better or is it getting worse over time? So we'll see what happens. And notice the difference between the first table and this table is the first one was a short time, 1.5 seconds, and this one's a longer time, 5 seconds. We're going to try and see how that amount of time we time affects our amount of error and our percent error. All right, here we go. Everybody have their stopwatches cleared. Ready to go. Thumbs are ready. Everybody get there. Most people are probably unlocking their phones still. All right, here we go. Now remember, you're going to see the word ready, and then the boat will come up sometime later. So have your thumbs ready. Don't click on the ready, click on the boat. Here we go. Oh, there it went. Awesome. We're so good. Oh, you're still waiting, hopefully. This one goes for 3 hours. I just want to see if you would willing to sit there and watch it for 3 hours. Just kidding. Keep watching. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Hey, so you might be surprised at what steps next. You're going to average the time for everybody in the group together. You're going to record that as your group time. You're going to calculate your amount of error. And you're going to calculate your percent error. You're going to then walk up to the front of the room, record those on the board so everybody can get them shared. Everyone writes down everyone's data. And then notice, once you get everything written down, actually, I'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead and write it down. Go ahead and pause the video now. Everybody write their stuff down and be ready to go. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll again. Sorry, I took a long pause there. So what I want you to notice now, everybody has all their data written down in their data table. And what I want you to notice now is, see how this amount of error column in all three tables stays roughly the same? Like it changes a little bit, from time to time, but it stays roughly the same. Notice that the percent error, though, started out as high percent errors in the short times, in the 1.5 second times, and the percent error got less for the 5 second times, and even in the 20 second times, that percent error is next to nothing. And here's the key idea here, is that when we measure something small, like if we measure something this big, and we have this tiny amount of error, I don't know if you can see my fingers very well, this tiny amount of error, it's like, oh, but compared to this small thing, this is a huge bunch of error. But what if we were to measure something really long, really big, like this, whoosh, like this, huge, and we had this tiny amount of error compared to this great big thing, it's no big deal. So while we didn't make our thumbs any better, we reduced our percent error really low by just timing a longer time period. So now you're going to use your data from these three things. You're going to answer those post-lab questions that come with this lab. That is what's for homework tonight. Now, depending on how much time is left in class, if you guys still have 10 minutes or so, I also have a snapshot quiz kind of talking about some of these ideas that I want you to take the day, pop up on the board, and I'll try and make my way in sometime before Wednesday to get those graded for you. So if there's time, do a snapshot quiz. If not, no worries. Homework tonight is the post-lab questions. Either way, homework tonight is the post-lab questions. Have a great day, my friends. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you Thursday or Friday.